What? Oh, we're on. Hi, I'm Angela, whatever my last name is. Cindy has the night off. This YouTube video is sponsored by a request from somebody on Instagram. Today we are going to be discussing all of the hot topics, from P. Diddly D and his misdeeds to the economy. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back after a word from our sponsor.
Yeah, this isn't my normal content. That's okay. It's nice to shake things up a little bit. So we're just going to do a quick, these are the topics this week that I know of, and this is how I feel about them, kind of overview, okay? We don't have to agree. We can have civil discourse. That's okay. I'm all for that. But if you're going to be rude and disrespectful, then I am going to block you and delete your comments. So, as long as we can agree to those rules, we can continue. All right. First up, let's discuss this wanker here. He deserves life in prison if everything that they have allegedly said he has done is found out to be true. Everyone who participated in it with him, they are also in need of life without parole. If you knew about it and you didn't say anything about it, you are complicit and something should happen to you. Okay? These victims' lives are changed forever. Irrevocably, you know what I'm trying to say. Changed. Okay? His ex-girlfriend said in a hotel room, he dragged me down the hallway. I was half naked, pulled me by the hair, punched me in the face, threw a vase at me, all of this. He came out and said, oh, no, it didn't happen like that, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. They settle out of court. Everybody blames the girl, talking about, oh, she was just in it for money. Not more than a week later, the video, everything she said happened. Okay? Why we even continue to believe this monster is beyond me. So I should probably explain. I'm sitting outside. It's 9 o'clock at night. The kids are doing their thing. They're having some popcorn or whatever before they go to bed. I'm out here because Brett's practicing worship music inside and I'm trying to record and it just doesn't work that well. All right. So we talked about diddly doodad. Let's talk about inflation. Okay? Because that's what's on everybody's mind right now. Here's the deal. This is what I believe. I believe inflation started, this bad of inflation started back when COVID came around, especially for Minnesotans. Walls shut our economy down. Only essential businesses were allowed to stay open. In his mind, a liquor store was considered an essential business. Anyway, I think the constant lack of revenue because people weren't working, businesses were shut down, all that. We weren't paying taxes, but yet we were continually paying out in programs has led to extra printing of money. Supply and demand dropped because people weren't out buying. And that in turn has accumulated over the past 3.5, 4 years and pushed inflation through the roof. No matter who is in the White House come November, this is not going to be an easy overnight fix. All right. If the person in the White House is really serious about getting inflation down to a manageable level, let's get prices back into a manageable level, that kind of thing, it's going to take a couple years. And I know people don't want to hear that because we all want instant. It doesn't work that way. It's not going to happen that way. We have to resign ourselves, excuse me, to the fact that it will not happen that way. Something else that may not happen, prices may not go down. Okay. If company A is charging $5 for a bag of chips in the horse crap economy that we're in right now, do you really think that when our economy gets better, that they're going to lower that $5 bag of chips? No. Why would they? If you were willing to pay $5 when you had barely any money, you're going to be willing to pay $5 when you do have money. Think. Does my family struggle? Not as much as others. Okay. That is partly because we have prepared for situations such as this. All right. We have our food that we can our own food. We have our own cow for our dairy. We have chickens for eggs and meat, all that kind of stuff. All right. But not everybody can do that. So what can you do to help you not be struggling so much? Well, first, you need to stop with excuses. I live paycheck to paycheck. I don't have $5 at the end of the week. I can't do this, that, or the other thing. It's bullpocky and you know it. You could take away your $16 Netflix account. You could take away your $25 YouTube account. You don't need those. If you are serious about not getting further in debt, if you are serious about getting yourself to a stable point, even in this economy, you have to be willing to make the serious, hard cuts to your current budget. Okay. These are just little things that you can do to help keep your current budget in check. All right. Now, if you have a garden, can what you can, freeze what you can, dehydrate what you can, freeze dry what you can, preserve as much as you can. All right. Your initial investment for like jars and lids and a canner, yes, that is going to be a decent amount up front. But the money that you save in the end is 100 times worth it. 100 times worth it. And you know where the food comes from. Buy things on sale. Best time, if we're talking just food right now, okay, best time to buy food on sale is around a holiday. Usually Thanksgiving is your biggest one. Corn, green beans, yams. They even have pie pumpkins that you could buy and bring home and can yourself if you really wanted to. Box mashed potatoes or the bags of mashed potatoes, all those kinds of things always go on sale. They go on sale a little bit before Thanksgiving, and then they really deep cut them after Thanksgiving. But I buy on sale, I buy on clearance, and I buy in bulk where I can. All right. We do hand-me-downs, we do the thrift store, we do garage sales, we do swap meets, we do friends are giving away their kids' outgrown stuff. If it fits mine, we'll do that too. Another big hot topic right now is illegal immigration. Here's the thing. I'm not against immigration. Not at all. Not in the slightest. Okay. America's supposed to be this big melting pot or melding pot or whatever it is. Like, how, whatever. Anyway, what I am against is illegal immigration. Okay. I don't care if there's 8. I don't care if there's 8,000. As long as you do it legally, I'm game for it. Okay. Okay. So that kind of segues into the next topic that I'm going to talk about. Let's talk about FEMA for a minute. Okay. I'm not anti-government. I'm anti-big government. All right. I think government needs to be smaller, less regulations, less oversight, that kind of thing on the American people. Okay. So September 16th, I believe it was. Karine Jean-Pierre, the mouthpiece of the White House, came out and admitted that FEMA funds were used to help in humanitarian aid for illegal immigrants. what is it, 5 days ago, maybe a little bit more. Now she comes on the television and she says, oh, no FEMA funds were used for illegal immigrants. It wasn't like that, yada, yada, yada. We have American people, tax-paying, legal American citizens who are in devastating circumstances, such as this, okay, because of a hurricane. FEMA was set up to help in those types of situations, not to give handouts to people breaking the law. And Mayorkas gets on television and says that if we get any more, the FEMA budget is going to run out before hurricane season is over. That's in November. We've already had, or we're going to have 2 hurricanes in a month. When you think about it, that's like giving hundreds of dollars to people in prison for their illegal activities. We're giving hundreds and thousands of dollars to illegal immigrants for their illegal activities. I can't wrap my head around that. Okay, so along with this whole FEMA thing, there have been reports of FEMA turning away help to these states that had the hurricane go through. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's not true. Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate here for a second, and I'm just going to say this. All right, so the people that are down there doing rescue efforts right now, they are trained professionals, okay? If you get some Joe Blow Schmo out there, he maybe have good intentions, maybe wanting to help, whatever, and he goes out to try to rescue 2 people off the top of a roof and he gets pulled under, now they have 3 people they have to rescue, okay? Yes, I can kind of see why they would turn away people who have no experience in natural disasters, even though they want to help. I can see it. Okay, I can understand it. I don't understand turning away people like firemen, police officers, National Guard, things like that. Those people that actually have the experience, I can't see turning them away. Let them help. With that said, okay, if somebody is willing to lay down his life for his brother, let him. Okay, so let's talk the turning away of supplies. Or the locking up of supplies, okay? So I don't know if that happened, but I've heard stories, okay? Here's the thing. Too many cooks in the kitchen spoil the soup, all right? Now, I'm not saying FEMA should be the main cook in this kitchen. Frankly, the people of North Carolina, the people of Georgia, the people of Florida, the people of Tennessee, and any other state that was affected by this hurricane know best for their state and their people. You don't have to have everything cataloged and put on a spreadsheet. Susie Q, she needs diapers for her baby. Let her come to one of the setup donation sites and ask if they have diapers. If they don't, I'm sorry, Susie, there is nothing we can do for you. Maybe this donation site has some. Okay, simple as that. But let the people help. Don't lock things up until you've categorized them and indexed them and put them in alphabetical order. Okay. We're going to get a little political here. Okay. I have never, ever, in the entire time that I've been able to vote, and I'm old, okay, I have never made my presidential choice or knocked somebody out of the running based on the vice president. Up until this election, here's the deal. Kamala chose an asshat. I know, because he's my governor. I will not vote for her because he is on her ticket. I am not orange man bad. All right. But I also think Trump needs to sit down and shut up sometimes. Okay. It's not always all about me. Okay. You did some stupid stuff. I think that you kind of screwed up the COVID thing. All right. In the beginning, do I believe that he had the best interest at heart? Yes. Yes, I do. Okay. None of us knew what COVID really was when it first came about. All right. The man was running a country. He was doing the best he knew at that time. But as we started finding out things, he should have started nipping this in the bud long before it got as far as it did. All right. Okay. I think that he needs to admit that, hey, I tried my best in the beginning. We made some mistakes. Anthony Fauci, excuse me. I'm asking for forgiveness. Let's move on from that. Okay, so there we go. I do agree with him that the media is very biased against that man. Okay, but he also helps bring it on himself. Did he do a lot of good things while he was in office? Yes. Yes, I believe that the man did. Okay. Now let's go to Kamala. She's been in office, vice president, but she's asking for a promotion. Okay. So what have you done in the 3.5 years that you have been vice president that deems you worthy to get a promotion to president? Literally, I have looked. I cannot name anything that she has done on her own, that she has pushed through, that she has championed, that she has whatever, that puts her in a position to be better than anybody else for this promotion. Frankly, I wanted DeSantis. Okay. I am not a typical voter. All right. I don't go down party line. I vote my conscience. Always have. I think I always will. All right. I do not agree with the if you don't vote, you're essentially voting for this person, because both sides can say that. One side can say, well, if you don't vote for Trump, you're essentially giving your vote to Kamala. Well, the Republicans can say the same thing. If you don't vote, that's not fair. If my vote counts, you keep telling me, oh, every vote counts, every vote counts. If my vote really counts, then shut up and let me vote the way that I want to vote and keep your commentary to yourself. There you go. There you have it. Also, if you're one of those people who feel that because I'm a woman and I'm oppressed by the male patriarchy and whatever, so I should be voting for Kamala, my brain doesn't work that way. Okay, I don't look at it like that. If I was Black, I'm still not voting for her just because our melanin might match. Okay, I want somebody who's actually out for the American people as much as a politician can be. That's just how I feel, simply put. Now, if there would have been a Trump DeSantis ticket or even a DeSantis Trump ticket, I would have jumped all over that. I probably would have been working at the polls. I would have done everything I could because I think DeSantis really, he'd have rocked it. Next up, let's talk the LGBTQ plus AI ABCDEFG movement. Here's the deal. I don't care what you do in your bedroom, okay? Don't shove it down my throat, okay? Now, with that said, I think the trans movement is way out of control, all right? We don't let 3-year-olds vote, but we're going to let them decide that they're not a girl or a boy? My son thinks he's a Power Ranger half the time. Come on. I think they have the mental ability and the mental capabilities to understand what they're saying? No, they don't. The adults that are there are the ones that are pushing this onto some of these children. This whole puberty blockers and whatever, essentially for the boys who think that they're girls or whatever, we're essentially medically castrating them. Okay, what happens if they hit their 24, 25 and they say, whoa, I made a mistake? You can't go back now, dude. It's gone. Also, men can't menstruate. All right. So in Minnesota, we have tampons that are essentially useless in the boys' bathroom. I am not that rude that if you are a trans person and you were to introduce yourself to me as you're male, but you introduce yourself to me as Tammy, I will call you Tammy because that is your name, okay? But do not expect me to indulge you in your delusion by calling you a she when you know you're a he, okay? Why are we trying to glorify this mental disorder? Make it make sense. Along those lines, okay, I think that it is not fair that the transgender movement just kind of hopped on board with the gay, lesbian, bisexual movement, okay? I think those are two totally separate things. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not bisexual, not lesbian, not gay, okay? I'm also not trans, so I could be wrong. But I feel like they hijacked the LGB run here. Okay. I don't believe every group of people has to agree with everything that those that associate with their group believe in. Okay. There is no reason that 0.01% of the population is forcing the remainder of the population to accept their mental disease. All right, I think this is the last one. Let's talk about giving money to other countries. Okay. So I understand that the government is built up of budgets. Okay. FEMA has a budget, FBI has a budget, Homeland Security has a budget, yada, yada, yada. Okay. But even though this money might have been earmarked to go XYZ place, if you see that another place needs the money more, maybe you need to rethink the priorities and scoop up a little bit of that and go put it right over here. Okay. It's similar to my household. Okay, we have a budget. We have a certain amount of money allotted in different places. Let's say I have allotted $20 to go buy a new pair of shoes, but my crapper breaks down. Okay, I'm still not going to go buy that $20 pair of shoes because I need to take that $20 and go buy me a new pisser. All right. I don't understand why the government continues to think that it is okay to not take care of your own house. Whatever. I don't want to fund their war. I understand and I can sympathize. I can't empathize because I've never been in a war situation like that, but I can sympathize with the Ukrainian people. This probably sucks butt, okay? However, so does the stuff that's happening down in North Carolina. That really sucks. And those people are a little bit closer to home than the Ukraine is, okay? Those people are actually paying their taxes for the government that is giving Ukraine money. We could say the same thing about Israel, okay? I 150,000% support Israel. I support them defending themselves. But Israel isn't a third world country. They have manufacturing there. They have tourism there. They have a good economy. Okay. So why are we, again, giving money to them so that they can go fight their war when we have people at home that need it more? Why can't we allocate some of the money that we were going to give them and say, hey guys, look, I'm sorry. We had a really devastating hurricane, or we had a huge outbreak of tornadoes down Tornado Alley. We need to take care of our people first. If any other country were to hate on us for trying to protect our own people first, they are not worth being our ally. The point is, we need to, as a country, we need to get our priorities straight, okay? We need to take care of the people here first, and then we can go off and try to save the world. What I wish would be that one day the government might open up a little bit more, be more transparent, and maybe instead of just saying, oh, we gave this money there because it was in the budget, say this is how we came up with that money to be able to give to them and still be able to put money in the FEMA budget to take care of the hurricane victims. But nobody does that. They just say, this is what we did. This is what we're going to do. And it's your money. Yes, it is your money. You pay the taxes. Okay. The government cannot work without some form of income. It's a corporation. Okay. It cannot work without income. We give them income. They give us something for the money that we have paid them. Okay. That's how it works. But if you're going to take my money and not give me my product in return, that's a problem. That's a serious problem. And I need to understand why they're getting my product and not me and mine. Okay? So I think I've covered a majority of the topics right now. I don't think I left anything off. If I did, oops. But that's my feelings on stuff. So again, I am okay with civil discourse. If you disagree with anything that I've said, please feel free to leave a comment. Explain to me why. All right. We can have a little debate, whatever. But if you get disrespectful, that's when I'm going to have you go. Until next week. See you later.